Hello and welcome to a 3 Years Company video on the Lord of the Rings the card game. I'm Joseph and I've been, in the last few weeks, been working through the Ringmaker cycle. And I've come to the end. I'll be playing the Antlered Crown tonight. Been trying to play a variety of different contracts against this cycle and been having a good time with it. For this last quest, I'll be using the Grey Wanderer contract again. And I'll be using it with one of my favorite heroes, Cirdan the Shipwright. I think he's good for this contract for a couple reasons. He has full willpower, which is always good. He has a decent defense stat 2-4. If he has to take a defense, he draws extra cards, which lets you find the cards you need faster. And he has the ability to use Narya, combined with his readying from the contract itself, is a powerful set of abilities. It's a spirit deck. A couple off sphere, the Warden of Healing, since Spirit doesn't really have any healing. The Grey Wanderer contract will give me access to some off sphere cards as long as they aren't unique, so I have that in there. Some generic good cards like Treebeard, Thalion, a couple Gandalfs. I put in 2 Overhill Underhill Gandalfs because the threat is low, and then 1 regular Gandalf just for fun. A Williador, because I have resources. Put 1 cheeky Steward of Gondor in just in case I get my Narya in. Resources are good, resourceful. Hoping to get one of those in my early hand. These decks always start in secrecy. And Strider's obviously my first attachment I'll be putting into play. Valiant Determination doubles down on the action advantage, but I probably should take it out, honestly, and add another couple allies. Hasty Stroke. There's quite a few discard attachment shadow effects, and I don't like that. So I have it in here in this quest. Timely Aid is a card that should pretty much go in all Grey Wanderer contracts, I think. I have a couple side quests, but probably won't be hitting those. I took out Silver Harp because the Dun Landings, they don't like you to have cards in your hand, so while enjoying the draw 2, I can just discard the one I don't need at the time, that I need less, and keep my hand size reasonable. I'll be looking for Joubert early and an attacker early to start killing off enemies in the Antlered Crown. Don't think there's much else to the deck. Let's give it a try. This is actually my 3rd play using this deck against this quest. I keep messing up somehow. First time I made a rules mistake. Second time I didn't record my sound at all. So, take 3. I will draw my opening hand, which I'll be looking for Timely Aid and or Resourceful. Let's shuffle the deck and see what we get. Not terrible, but not great. There's no action or resource advantage, so I'm going to look at that. There we go. Timely Aid. And Narya. It's good. And Glorfindel is never bad. Some big heavy guys there. Alright, let's look at the quest itself. This is the finale for the Ringmaker cycle. We've been dealing with time counters the whole time. This quest puts time counters on the locations instead of the enemies or the quest cards, although they are on the quest cards as well. We're helping the Boar clan fight the Raven clan, and we're in their camps. So these locations have time counters on them, and they tick down, something nasty happens. Here you have to put damage on your people, where X the number of cards in your hand. Here you have to fetch enemies out of the Raven deck, which is the generic enemy deck this guy came out of. So you want to turn over locations promptly, and I think this is a fairly low difficulty solo quest, but quite hard multiplayer because of all these locations that start to pop in multiplayer. Also, to make it easier in a solo, you have this Chief Church ally who has decent stats, and he doesn't exhaust a quest. Doesn't exhaust to defend. I'll be trying to use him for attacker, If he dies, you lose, so I don't want him to die. But that ability to not defend can really save you if you get in trouble. I believe this is a 3-stage quest. Yep. First stage, you take off time counters off the locations. Second stage, the locations become harder to deal with in the staging area if you're using location control. And the final stage, the chieftain comes out and you have to defeat him to win the game. And to defeat him, you have to go to this Raven Chief's camp and declare it before you can damage him. So a good boss fight at the end of a nice battle style quest where it spawns enemies every quest stage, basically. I think it's a good quest. I enjoy it solo, and 2-player, 3-4 starts to get a little crazy. Alright, let's give it a try. Let's read the setup, I guess. First player takes control of Chief Turch, set Raven Chief and Raven Chief's camp side out of play, reveal 1 copy of Dunland Battlefield and make its active location, reveal 1 copy of Raven War Camp and add it to the staging area, create the Raven deck, and set it next to the quest deck. Each player chooses a different enemy from the Raven deck and adds it to the staging area, shuffle, then counter, and Raven deck. All that done, I chose to have this guy because he's 37 and he's only 5 to kill. And hopefully only 1 threat. Flip the card over. On your return journey to Isengard, you find war in Dunland. The Raven clan has refused the Boar clan's claim to the Antlered Crown, and Chief Turch asks you to join his clan as they march to battle. Seeing an opportunity to earn Saruman the friendship of the unified Dunland, you agree to join forces and fight. Time 3. After the last time counter is removed from this stage, remove 1 time counter from each location and play. Place 3 time counters in this stage. Should note that these locations don't automatically repopulate their time counters. There's other effects in the quest that do that, but once they empty, you don't automatically refill them, whereas the quest cards, you generally will do that. Alright, here we go. Get to draw 2 cards with Cirdan. Ooh, resourceful. And resourceful. I guess I have to throw 1 away. That's unfortunate, but not too shabby. Alright. Oh, I should have grabbed my Strider. That would change what I drew, but I'm not going to worry about that. Just put this into play. I can quest for 6 without exhausting with my contract. And then just to remind you what the contract does, every turn I can raise my threat by 1 and choose 2 of these options for an action. Ready your starting hero, add 2 resources to your starting hero's resource pool, or heal 3 damage to from your starting hero. I gotta put this out right away. That'll just help a lot. And then I'll go ahead and do this. Oh, sorry. I should do this first. Gandalf. So Gandalf can kill this tribesman and quest for a bunch right off the bat, or I could have Treebeard more long-term. Both are very good options. So it takes 5 to kill. It could take a while to get there. I do have Narya. Let's go long-term and take in Treebeard. Then I'll trigger this, raise my threat by 1 to give myself 2 resources and ready myself. Shouldn't do anything. Play that. Okay, downside to not taking Gandalf is I have a lot more to quest through. I'm going to quest for 7. This guy is 1 threat right now because he gains a threat every time we draw a card. Every time we draw any number of cards, Cirdan does all his cards once. So we have 3 threat to 7. Oh, Doom 3. Fierce Folk. Each player draws 3 cards until the end of the round. Players cannot play events. 3 cards is kind of nasty, but 7 to 3 is 4 progress. Made some progress. Alright. I don't want to take that guy down at the moment. So I will in the round. So into the refresh phase, I take off one time counter off of all of these. One here, one here, one here. And a turn. There's my Gandalf again, and I could play it. It's tempting, honestly, but I could play a Glorfindel as well, or I could play a healer and Narya. Narya with Treebeard is awfully good too. Let's play a healer and then go ahead and trigger our contract again. Already almost past secrecy. That's scary. Play this, then I'll build a quest with these guys and have a combat phase of sorts. Treebeard can take out that guy with one whack once he's been Narya, so that's good. Alright, I'll quest for 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, big guy. This guy's nasty. But he's 3 threat. 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 9, so we get 3 progress. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that before it triggers. We're going to travel to here. We're going to take this guy down. And now we have to defend him. I'm going to defend him with Chief Turch. It's dangerous if he, but I don't think he can hopefully kill him. He does not exhaust to defend. 2 additional shadow cards in the Raven deck. Let's just cancel that because there's an additional attack card in the Raven deck. And that's why I brought Hasty Stroke. And it will get out of my hand. So that is 2 damage on Chief Turch. I will use Cirdan with Narya to ready him. Now he's 5 attack. And he can kill him. Well, Ready Warden of Healing too, but he can't do anything because Chief Turch is immune to player card effects. So once he's damaged, he's going to stay that way. Alright. We should look at this guy too. He is nasty. After Raven Warrior engages a player, remove X time counters from locations in play. X the number of cards in the engaged player's hand. This is nasty in multiplayer as well. If I can not draw a location this next turn, I can take this guy down without having to worry about it. But I wouldn't want this triggering with him. But, okay, new turn. Where's my card? Draw a second card. These are similar. This one's good for Gandalf, or for Treebeard. This one's not. But the extra stats on this, I think, are good enough to keep. I do want to get Glorfindel into play, because then I can start discarding cards to make him... to get them out of my hand and ready him. Alright, 6. Let's go for 8. I don't really want to play anything right now. I want to save money, and I want to keep my ready. So, that's 6, 8 to 3. Let's go 9. 9 to 3. Raising the Cry. Remove 1 time counter from each location in play. Place X time counters on each location in play with no time counters on it. X is the value. So this takes 1 off and then repopulates any location that has none on it. And if there are no locations in the staging area, it gains Surge. So because it's going to trigger this and bring out an enemy, and it's going to surge. If it wasn't going to surge, that would be fine. But I'm going to cancel it. Or 9 to 3, 6 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're in pretty good shape with no locations in play, which means we can bring this bad guy down. So his forced effect won't go off since we have no locations in play. I am going to ready Treebeard with his 2 resources. Get a shadow card, defend, and then ready him. So he's defending for 4. 4 to 4. It's going to whiff. Defending player assigns X damage among characters he controls. X is the time value on active location. So nothing. Good. So now I'm attacking back for 5 plus 3 is 8. That will do it. And I can't heal anything. I just remembered I deleted the Raven deck guy. They need to go in a separate discard pile. And then I didn't have to use my contract, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for those resources so I can play a 5-coster this next turn. My time value is going to go off here, but it doesn't do anything because I cleared the locations. That's one of the advantages of solo play. It's easier to do that. It says take 1 time counter from each location and place 3 here. So I draw 2 cards, discard 1. Joubert is awfully tempting, but Glorfindel can help me start dropping cards to Joubert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think I'll keep this for a little bit later. Okay, we need 10 here. Let's quest for 6. 7. 7 to 0, 7 to 2. 5 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. This is the same Raven War Camp that will spawn an enemy if we don't clear it up. I'll trigger my contract to get the resources. And then take off a time counter each. Go to the next turn. A lull in the battle. Ooh. Okay, this will be nice. I'm going to play this for 2. Then attach it to Joubert, so now he is very solid. 4 hit points, 4 defense, plus Narya. Gonna be super tough to take down. But I still want to get Glorfindel into play. Okay, I will probably be going on this time. I still have 5 characters, so Cirdan still gets the +2. This is 6 and 8. Done the battlefield. This one gives you damage if you let it trigger. I got 5 progress. Oh, I meant to go here. Let's say I did, but I would have quested more, which is silly, but that's okay. I had 8 to 3 is 5, so I get 1 there. I put a time counter on instead of taking off. Okay, I'm happy to sit here for another turn to clear out this double back, so... Oh. Take the contract benefit. Hama? Threat reduction. Hama? Threat reduction. Hama is not as useful now that I have Joubert in play, so I'll drop him. And let's go ahead and play our Glorfindel now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could play him out of my discard pile, but that would just keep my hand larger, which I don't want. Let's do a little bit of this. 1, 2, 3, and quest for 6 plus that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going on double back. 12, 13. 14, 15. Ooh, Wild Men of Dunland. That's good to have on a side quest. After you draw any number of cards, deal damage to a character control. Driven back. Remove all progress from each location in the staging area. Increase the total threat in the staging area by 1 for each progress you removed, otherwise it surges. Take off time counters, and then it surges, because there's none in the staging area. And a Raven. So that's 16, so I easily clear this and this. I reduce my threat by 5. Back in secrecy. Oops. Do 7, 17. I'll engage this guy. There's no locations for his force to effect to do anything about. I will ready Joubert and Treebeard with Narya. I will trigger my contract to give myself 2 resources and ready him. I will defend for 4 against 4 and discard the shadow card. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kill him. Alright, time triggers again. Fill it back up, but the time does nothing because I have no locations in play. We're still in secrecy, so I can do a timely aid. Ooh. Alright, time to beat this quest. Gandalf time. And now I'm over 5. I was over 5 last time too, so I shouldn't have had the +2, but I quested by way more than enough. Let's go ahead and play Sully in as well, just for more willpower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to 0, main quest. Either remove a time counter from the active location or reveal an additional counter card. I have to do the counter card because there's no active location. Raven Country is a new location. 3 threats, 6 progress to get through. Time 4. After the last time counter is removed from this location, each player raises this threat by the number of cards in his hand. Alright, I had a bunch of willpower to 5. I get the 1 I need, sending us to stage 2. Chief Turch's goal is to defeat the Raven clan before they can marshal their full strength, but Dunland is a vast country and there is much ground to cover. The longer it takes you to subdue the enemy, the more time they have to gather. When revealed, shuffle the Raven deck discard pile into the Raven deck, then starting with the first player, each player takes the top card of the Raven deck and adds it to the staging area. I've only pulled 1 guy out of there so far. Okay. Dunlending Bandit. This guy gets +1 attack for each card in your hand. He's not going to be 5 attack. It's respectable. Then 2B. Time 3. After the last time counter is removed from this stage, reveal the top card of the Raven deck and add it to the staging area. Place 3 here. And then each location in the staging area gets +2 quest points. Doesn't matter for this particular deck. I'm at 13 threat, so I cannot take them both. Let's take the Bandit. He's 5 attack. I will defend for 4 and then ready him. So he's 5 defense. Discard the shadow card and crush him. Put him in the Raven discard pile. Gonna trigger my contract, though I don't really need it at this point. Gandalf's gonna raise my threat by 2 additional points. Draw a second card. Might as well play him because I have the resources. Now let's see if we can quest through this in a big way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 to 2. We get another Dunlanding battlefield. That does damage eventually. So we have 5, 13 progress, 6 here, 7 here. Halfway there. We'll travel here. Oh, I don't think I did time counter there. This guy will come down. I will Narya him, defend, remove shadow, and kill. Take another time counter off, and 1 from here. I can discard Gandalf to randomly ready him, because I don't need Gandalf in my hand anymore. Raise my threat by 2 for Gandalf. Play this guy for 2. Give it to Gandalf. Now he's a 5, 5, 5, 5. That's an exhausted quest. Okay. 5, 8, 11, 12, 16, 19. Raven War Camp. 17 progress. 5 here, 12 here. Finishes stage 2. We're on to stage 3, the boss fight. The warriors of the Raven clan won't stop fighting as long as their leaders spur them on. You must find the Raven chief and defeat him in order to break the spirit of his men and bring an end to this conflict. Add Raven Chief and Raven Chief's camp to the staging area. Take 8 top X cards of the Raven deck and add them to the staging area. X's number of players -1. So it's just the boss for me. You should look at this Raven Chief's camp. It's immune to player card effects ×3. After the last time counter is removed from this location, exhaust each damaged character. Place 3 time counters in this location. And this guy, 4/5/5/9, takes 14 to kill. Can't have attachments, no traps on him. And while the Raven Chief's camp is in play, Raven Chief cannot be damaged. When he attacks, remove 1 time counter from the active location if able. We're going to go ahead and just try to end this quickly and go travel here. He has 15 engagement costs, so he's going to come down. We're going to defend with Gandalf. I'm going to ready Gandalf, so he's defending for 6. And my shadow card is deal attacking enemy 2 additional shadow cards. Now, if I was smart, I meant to trigger my Grey Wanderer to give me a resource so I could cancel that, but I didn't. I'm just going to take the pain because it's not too difficult right now. +1 attack, and a blank shadow card. That's 6 to 6, so I still take no damage. I cannot defend him, or I can't attack him because of the camps in play. Nothing to heal. I will drop this to ready Glorfindel just to reduce my hand size. I will do this to get some more resources. I'll raise my threat by 2 for Gandalf at the end of the round. Oh, and when he attacked, I take 1 off here. End of the round, I take 1 off here and here. And I never read 3B. After the last time counters are removed from this stage, each engaged enemy makes an attack. So you can't leave enemies around. Place 2 time counters here. At the end of the round, if the Raven Chief is in the victim display, the players win the game. Alright, let's see if I can end this. Draw an extra card. Okay, R1 is nice. Let's do that. And let's trigger our contract now. So we can play him just so we flood the board. Alright, don't need any progress. We just need to clear this. We need 9 plus 2 plus whatever we revealed. So maybe 16 or so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 17, 21. That should leave us plenty of attack. 21. Remove 1 time counter from each location in play. That is bad. Plays X time counters in each location in play with no time counters on it. X is the number of time value. So we take 1 off here. And 1 off here. Exhaust each damaged character. That's just church. Not too bad. Then we fill them back up again. 1, 2, 3. But that's it. 21 to 2, 19 progress, 9 here, 10 here. Vector display for this location. I'll travel, although I won't travel because a shadow card can interact with that time value, and if there's no active location, you don't have to deal with it. Okay, we're going to do our same trick and defend with Gandalf, and then pop Gandalf, and can't do Church. Everybody else is lame for attacks, honestly. We just do her. Defending for 6 against 5. No shadow card. So now he's attacking for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's ready him. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That'll do it. 13 damage. Alright, that was a good game. My deck had worked just how I wanted it to. A little extra resource acceleration, plus the good card draw, plus all these big allies. It basically puts a good character into play every turn. The quest, without being able to build up locations, didn't do as much as it could have. It was cool that that last location triggered but it didn't really do much. Just exhausted church. I like this quest anyway. This deck might be not the most exciting to play against it. It has beat it several times in a row now without much trouble, but I think this quest is just a little easy for solo play. I still like it. I think it's great two-player. This is the end of the Ringmaker cycle. We just recorded our episode talking about the entire set of 9 quests in this cycle, which I need to get editing and get out in the next week or two. And you can hear all 3 of us on Three's Company chat about these quests. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough on YouTube's I've done here. I've been playing some Nightmare too, but I haven't been recording them because they tend to have a little more losses. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been fun making new decks against these old quests. And I'll be back. I think I'm going to get back into against the Mordor cycle. See if I can finish up the last quest that I haven't recorded yet of those. Some hard ones there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you